Yikes.
Yikes. Yikes, a lot of rustling noises at the start today.
Also my jimmies.
Rustling many jimmies and the voices from behind.
Geese.
The podcast where every week we talk about films and other such things. And we also fiddle little diddles with the tittles. And
Oh, fiddlesticks.
if you start hearing random shouting, screaming, and or otherwise weird noises, which you're probably hearing right now, the Celtic game just ended.
Fair enough.
And I live around the corner from the stadium. So if you hear cheering and screaming or whatever, there's a bunch of people walking down my street as we speak.
That's
And that was a bin somewhere just fell because the whole building shook. This is great. This is going to be a good show. I can just feel this is going to be a good show. I'm the host.
Bye, Bob.
The host with the least most, Evo. And with me is the other least most host.
Host of the most least.
The most least. What was it? We promised nothing, deliver less.
And this week we'll continue with our math talk.
No, we're not. We're not
Yes,
talking
we
about
are.
math, please no.
Oh, fuck off, mate.
Fuck
Go
off,
fuck
mate.
yourself.
Fuck yourself. We're gonna talk what we did during the week, and then we're we're recording this slightly earlier than usual, only because March.
No, we're
we're recording
actually
it on schedule, yeah.
Yes.
And March is next week, where we're gonna start our female-led month.
Well, we technically started it already.
Technically, although this one is a bit of an ensemble, it's not exactly female-led per se.
Well, no. The thing is, it fits and it's fine.
Yeah. As we always say on the show, it doesn't matter what the movie is as long as it's worth discussing, I guess. But I have a question about the category for next week.
Yeah.
Do female, not female.
Yeah. What is it?
Obviously, we're doing female-led films. Do animated films count?
Yes.
Good. If animated films count, I have a stonker.
Nah.
What?
Nah.
But
They
why,
don't. Because
why
it's
not?
too easy. Because it's too easy.
But Zootopia, though.
Nah.
God damn it.
See, if that were the case, I'd probably make you watch fucking Lava Girl and Shark Boy.
But that's oh no, that's not female led. That is both Lava Girl and Shark Boy, who is
The funny thing
clearly
is-
a boy,
Well, the funny thing is, it's mostly about Lava Girl, not Shark Boy.
played by Taylor Lautner of
Oh
Twilight.
yeah, a young
A
one.
very young Taylor Lautner before he got the beefs.
Well, the funny thing is, after Twilight, he did one horrendous movie.
The action
That
one,
was the Born Identity copy.
yeah.
And I don't fucking remember him doing anything else. It's not like Kristen and Patrick knew that they did stuff. It's just that
He's
the
not
stuff
been on much. He's been on SNL a couple of times,
Oh, good.
but apart from that,
Oh, wait, let me just hear the join my voice. Oh, he was in
Oh.
SNL.
that's,
At this point, anyone can get on fucking SNL. It's not even comedy at this point. It's just cringe.
yeah. To be fair, they've not been doing terrible recently. Adam Driver's been a regular guest, and every single sketch he's been in has been absolute fucking gold.
Because Adam Driver is a good actor and a great comedian when he wants to be.
He can be a funny man if he wants to be a funny man. Yeah, it's very, very true.
You're funny. I kill you last.
I
lied.
like you.
Well, what did you do over the week?
To be honest, I didn't do much. I worked. I wanted to punch old ladies in the face, but that's not far from the norm.
Did you, by any chance, see The Lighthouse?
No, I've been in work. Literally, my last day off was before burst of the year, and my next day off's not till this Sunday coming up.
You can just
I will
finish
see
work
the
and go.
lighthouse on Saturday when I finish work.
I think that you will not, because you again don't do it, and
No,
it's
I'll
not
do it.
getting.
I'll do it. I'll get paid tomorrow, which gives me incentive to spend money that I don't have.
Spend me, daddy. Spend me harder.
Spend the daddies hard. Yeah, I'm gonna go see the lighthouse on Saturday.
And to make the double feature with Parasite, so you can go cover
Yeah,
both
why not?
rounds,
I'm
maybe.
off Sunday. Might as well see both in one go.
Yeah. Well, me.
I did a couple of things. I've told you about Brock Baker, haven't I? The voice actor.
Yeah.
He was streaming last night and he was playing VR chat.
Mm-hmm.
So I jumped in with him, and we
I
played.
saw you play with.
And we
Yeah,
played some VR chat. VR
Oh.
chat is one of the most poorly optimized games
Well, yeah, it's the first one in the
I've
VR.
ever played. You don't have to have VR to play it. You can just play it with mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's made for VR.
Yeah, but
That's the
also
whole point.
it's I'm supposed to be able to run it perfectly because it's just a Unity game, and it's not the most sort of. It's basically Second Life, but modernized a little. However,
But
it doesn't
but extremely racist.
it doesn't have graphical settings.
Oh yeah, because it's not supposed to. It's a fucking VR game.
So
VR
it
games don't
constantly
have settings.
upscaled everything to 4K, which my screen is, which didn't make it run all that well. But all I did was I went around as Eddie from Ed and Eddie, just quoting that one video. I'm not sure if I've sent it to you. I've posted it on Facebook, where it's basically a horror adaptation of Ed and Eddie, and Eddie speaks with this very deep, very lovely voice. And it's a funny video. It's by a man called Meat Canyon. He's an animator. He's up and coming right now, but he's really quickly climbing up the charts, and he's doing funny stuff. Very off kilter sort of humor, but it's really good. So yeah, I played a bunch of VR chat with Brock Baker, and that was a really good time. He's actually streaming right now. He's playing GTA. Good on him. I'm happy he's doing well. He's one of those YouTubers that's pretty much OG at this point. He's been on for a long time.
Well,
But he's become a successful voice actor from it, so I'll give him props for that. Oh, last week I forgot to say I bought some pencils.
did you jam them in someone's eyes?
After today's work day, I kind of wish I did. But yeah,
Remember, it's not a Peko, it's a Gherkin.
it's a don't even start. Right, we do at work. We do sausage rolls. Okay.
Sorry, a sausage roll.
A sausage rolle we do, and they're pancetta and sausage rolls.
So it's a pancetta roll.
No, you get sausage meat and you get bits of pancetta like sprinkled. It's actually quite nice. Do you know how many people cannot even read pancetta?
Many.
The amount of people
This
I'll
is-
have come into work and they'll go, "Can I have a pork and pancetta roll?" And
Listen, please refer to the usual pronunciation of jalapenos in England.
jalapenos,
Jalapenos.
jalapenos. I've heard of them all.
Jalapenos as well. I mean, my favorite one, jalapenos.
What did somebody say today that genuinely made me nearly lose my shit laughing on the bar?
I mean, listen. I'll be completely honest with you. I also didn't know how to pronounce properly jalapenos, but it took me like a fucking minute to realize it's not
it's
supposed
Spanish,
to
and
be
yeah.
I don't speak a single shred of Spanish.
Yeah,
and someone corrected me.
Everybody knows that Spanish J is usually an H sound. So
Well, then again, habanero is with an H. But
yeah,
that's
but the
not really-
habanero is not a Spanish pepper.
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking, I
I
don't
think.
know.
I'm not sure. Don't quote me on
I
that.
don't know.
But the
I'll check.
the amount of times I get people order a mocha and not a mocha.
Oh, matcha. Oh, matcha.
What's a mocha? And I'm there looking at him like, are you trolling me right now? Are you serious? Are you actually
Do you know what matcha means in our language?
what does it mean?
Taking a piss.
Is that what it means?
Just-
Never heard of
yeah.
that one before.
See,
TMC's mocha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
I see where you're coming from.
comes from the Amazon. The habanero is from the Amazon.
Yeah,
They're
it's
switching to Mexico.
South
Eh.
American. Yeah, peppers are fucking lucrative, man. I mean, hot ones is enough to tell you that peppers are a big thing.
Well,
But
yeah, but yeah, mocha, and I'm going to take to mocha or mochkam.
the
Means
mochka,
literally I'm going to, but yeah, TMC is mochkam.
this is mochka.
It literally means
Going for a pee-pee.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm going to take a piss. So if someone fucking, if I'm not behind the bar, someone's gonna get the mochi. I was like, the toilet's over there. Oh.
We don't have toilets in our cafe. The toilets are upstairs. You know, like they're in the actual mall that we're in.
Yeah,
So
no,
the amount of people
that's
as well that walk in looking for the toilets. You know, it wouldn't kill you to look right the moment you walk in and see the sign that says toilets upstairs.
Listen, I understand them because technically people expect to
True.
be toilets on the premise, which is fair because you don't walk into a fucking clothes shop and ask, excuse me, where are the toilets? You'd go to a cafe.
True.
That's fine.
However, there's a floor plan as you walk in, and there's no toilet symbol next to the third floor where we're on.
Okay, to be honest, that was kind of a fucking trap because I remember, especially I think it was more in Bulgaria and in England. I think it was a Trafford Center where I saw the fucking some of the toilet somewhere on the floor and I couldn't find it. I was like, wait, what the fuck? And my friend was like, yeah, it's not really here. It's downstairs. I was like, wait, but why is there a fuck?
Yeah, so even though we have a sign right next to the door that says toilets upstairs, but my favorite ones are the people that never ask. They'll just walk in, then they'll awkwardly stumble around the cafe looking for the toilet, clearly looking for it, and then when they reach the end of the room, sort of the space, and notice there's no toilet, instead of, I guess, embarrassing themselves and asking where the toilet is, they will just pretend to look at their watch, and they will walk out.
Listen, the funny thing is I'm never embarrassed to ask where the toilet is because I'd rather to make a fool of myself.
It's a basic human need. There's no reason to be embarrassed. You just go up to the bartender or whoever is there working. Even the patrons, ask one of the patrons, say, hey, does this place have a toilet? If you don't want to ask the staff. And they'll tell you.
Also, did you enjoy the meme I sent you?
Let's have a look. Meme?
In Messenger.
The Thickless Cage?
Yes. I want that real bad. Saint Nick doing God's work.
Pants. Were they pants or was it a shirt? What was it?
It was a shirt.
Oh, fucking hell. But yeah, I didn't do much else apart from looking at coronavirus memes and the fact that people are genuinely freaking out over it, even though it's basically just the flu.
Well, no, because it's a bit different than the flu.
It is, but it's also
lethal.
It can be lethal to people that have shitty immune systems and that have been living in misery and dirt for their whole lives, i.e. the people that started it in China, the people who are eating fucking dogs. Anyway.
Actually, there's nothing. Listen, from a health standpoint, there's nothing wrong with eating.
No.
Eating, cook it. You should never do that, ever, because doggos are the reason why we always you should adore the dog. Love them.
We don't deserve doggos if you're going to eat the doggos.
See, I had a conversation with people who don't know Muslim, and we're talking pork meat and other meats that they don't consume, and the reason.
I believe the connection tonight is not great because you keep cutting out.
Yeah, I think it's a Discord issue right now because I've been having issues.
Storm Jorge is kicking her ass. I mean, we can always swap to something else if you want, if Discord's being a bitch.
Nah, it's fine.
Because recording is going to be a bit of a doozy.
This is
and you're completely gone.
This is why you don't do fucking Google API, you complete shitters, but whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. We have a conversation the reason why they fine. Especially was like also don't consume dogs. cats. I was like, oh, neither do Christians. I was like, because let me put it like this: why kill something that protects your fucking flock, that brings you all the food? Like, what's the point? Stupid! You should not do that. It was like, oh yeah, that's also there. And they gave their reasoning, and it's a valid one. I don't hate it. And it was kind of interesting, and I don't know, it was a thoughtful process between understanding different perfect sex. I remember in one of my teachers, they told us a story as to why they don't consume. I don't know why they don't made sense, and that's fine. And told as much as I could convey to what the story. I see it. I see it. He was like, it makes sense in that regard.
Okay, let me send you a link. We can try calling something else because this is just... You're literally giving me a word, a minute, and click that. Tell me if it loads up for you.
Go to my phone. Oh, doing a fucking Google account. Go fuck yourself.
No, it's just a hangout. You can join it without an account.
Sure, that's why I signed in with your Google account.
Do you not have one?
Sure.
You had an Android phone, didn't you?
Huh. Back before they were fucking Google.
Have you got a Gmail?
No. Why the fuck would I want that?
But
Outlook, man.
Yeah, I use Outlook as well, but like...
Listen, I don't even have a fucking YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, wait, I do have a...
If you have a YouTube, this should work, yeah.
Actually, I do have...
Try logging in with that because the connection with Discord...
I don't use it.
You don't have to. You can just use it for this. And
yeah, it's asking me for my fucking... You think I...
It'll save the recording because right now all I can hear from your end is buzzes and and that's about it.
I mean, I might get next month.
Oh God. I'm giving you a minute, no problem. This is just... I'll stall for time in the meantime. He is just disconnected from Discord. Oh, nope. Still fart noises and...
Fuck you, Discord.
Oh, he's gone again. Anyway, this has been a fun week. We're supposedly back on schedule now, and things are supposedly working properly. I'm not even sure. Well, working properly is a bit of a statement because...
No, I'm not. I'm not talking. I'm talking now.
Okay, I'm trying to see if the connection clears up because the connection seems fine on my end, and there's no awkward spikes or anything. But all I'm getting from your end is you cutting out and just this, which is all but just straight up confusing because...
Just one more last thing.
Can we try? We can try and just do a regular chat instead of a Discord channel because you can still do that. And he's still here.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. I mean, you're kind of back. I kind of hear you a bit better.
I think it's also my internet connection is not great.
Oh.
Right now. That might also be a point. Which is fair. I mean, there's 4 people using the internet at this point. Actually, it's more than 4 because my roommates got their cousins in as well, so it's probably more.
It might be that then. But you're kind of back now. So you were talking about the coronavirus standpoint and the...
No, I was actually telling you about my roommates and the discussion we had over meats that they don't consume, which includes...
Oh, you live with a bunch of Muslim dudes, don't you?
Yeah, great guys.
No, they're cool guys. I'm not saying anything. They're actually Muslims. I'm stating a fact.
Yeah, the thing is like we had a discussion about it, and they were like, we also don't consume dogs and cats. I was like, well, neither do we, but Chinese people do. I was like, yeah, that seems a bit odd. I was like, well, yeah, why the fuck would you eat a dog when it protect your fucking flock. Like,
Mhm.
that's counterproductive. That's stupid. It's there to protect you. It's there to be your friend and your guide, and you just fucking consuming it. What the fuck was that? But no, we had an actual deep discussion, and they explained as to, from a religious standpoint, why they don't need it.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It's first of all, it actually makes sense. People won't believe me saying this, and it's not wrong. But I was like, but I remember in high school, my history teacher told me a story as how she was explained that they don't need consume pork. And they've never, and my friends, they've never consumed it because they believe us. There's nothing wrong with that, again.
Nope, nothing wrong
And
with believing.
yeah, I was like, so I told him the story, and I was like, yeah, there was something about that in the Quran, but you know, it's kind of mixed, because still, you know, if it says don't eat it, you don't eat it if you're a believer. That's fucking simple.
Yep.
You don't just break over interest. It was like, and then, but it was like, but it was like, because you know, there is this interest in it technically, because
Yeah.
it's something you're not. It's like the forbidden fruit. You don't touch it, but you always wonder how it actually tastes like.
Much
And I was-
like
and I-
vagina.
No, and I explained it as best as I could to them, and they were like, "Oh, I see." I was like, it was one of those moments where two different points of view meet together, have a civil discussion, and understand each other, and there are no issues,
I
And I
think
fucking
that's the
love
best
that
part
about
about it, when there's no issues.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna fucking make them eat pork.
Speaking of the weirdness of that, have I ever told you the story about the homeless dogs in my town some time ago? My dad always tells this story about, and ironically, it's not like an ironic story. It's not a haha funny story. We had a big influx of Vietnamese people.
Oh no! That wasn't just you. That I was also in the Kuzudui, and the same thing happened.
Yep.
Then suddenly there were no homeless dogs,
Like,
and you're like,
late 80s, big influx of Vietnamese people, and I'm talking old buildings getting just populated straight up with just Vietnamese folks. Where they came from, where they're running from, late 80s, you don't
no one
know.
knows.
So
Yeah,
Bulgaria
no,
had
I know
that,
the story.
but we had so many that came into our town, and like my towns used to be notorious for homeless dogs. The Vietnamese came, and I'm not trying to be racist or anything. This is true fact. The Vietnamese came, and the homeless dog population just disappeared over a month.
Yeah, same thing happened back home in Kuzudui. It just happened, and everybody was like, "Well, we know why this shit happened, but you know, it's kind of suspicious."
It's
Like,
just one of
we're
those
not-
baffling moments of, do I say something? But, I'm not gonna say anything.
I mean, I remember let me put it like this. I remember a Facebook group that and someone was asking the question: is Boris Johnson racist? No, honest opinion. Do you think he's racist?
Me,
Yes, just honest
I
opinion.
think Farage is racist, or xenophobic, not exactly racist. I think Boris Johnson is just confused.
Right. Let me explain like this, in my point of view. He's not inherently racist. He's not like flat out completely racist, but he's still racist. He reminds me a lot of those, trust fund kids that go on Halloween and they do blackface. They don't do it because they hate black people. They just don't know better. And
Yeah, but
sadly,
isn't that like closeted xenophobia more than it is racism?
well, no,
you just straight up
like
Like,
No,
don't
the
know
thing
better,
is-
and it's people, not the race.
exactly, they don't know better. They're not making it because they hate the people. They just no one told them this is bad because they live in a sheltered closet life because they literally live in a different fucking world than
Yeah,
ours.
much like most Bulgarians in the N-word.
Yeah.
I tried to
mean,
explain that to a black dude at work, or a black. Well,
Yeah,
no,
no.
It was a black girl, sorry, and we were just having a conversation, and she's like, "So are people weird in Bulgaria about it?" I'm like, people in Bulgaria use the N-word willy nilly, and she looked at me and went, "What?" I'm like, but they don't say it as a derogatory term. The only reason why they use the N-word to describe black folk is because that's all we knew to use. We didn't know it was a bad thing.
The explanation is a little bit more converted and comes more of language in terms of explaining it.
Yeah.
Because back home, the way insults work are completely different than the West.
Yep.
To insult someone truly and utterly,
You go
and
after
the way
your mother.
No, you make it personal and
Yeah.
deep. Not the mother. Not the mother. You go for the fucking jugular. You don't just use set words like fuck, like we can't, whatever. You go for the fucking. You get everything deep and personal and make them regret everything. And I was like, and my friend was like, well, this doesn't work here. I was like, yeah, no shit. Here, if I use the F word and a couple of other words and the N word and every other word that I shouldn't use, it gets people riled up. Back home, if you get riled up by those words, oh boy, you're in for a fucking treat.
Pussy, yeah.
No, it's not even a pussy. You're in for a treat because when they actually go for you,
that's the thing. Like one of my colleagues, she's Croatian, and she says the same. Like they didn't know that was a derogatory term. They just straight up just used it because it's the only way to describe that sort of color of skin, I guess.
Exactly. I mean, it's like, and it's difficult because it just doesn't apply here, and I don't use it because I know better.
I don't use it either, but I actually did it as a kid once, like full-throated, like sort of innocent kid, And I must have been like 3 or 4, and my parents used to own a Phillips branded shop, like in town. And these 2 black dudes walked in, and guess what little Evo said? Mommy, look at that pair of
N-word.
You guessed the word. And like one of them was kind of confused, but the other one looked at me and went, "Oh, he's just a kid. He doesn't know better." But it was still like both of them spoke perfect Bulgarian, mind you. But one of them kind of looked at me like, "The fuck is this kid saying?" The other one went, "Oh," and he gave me like the squeeze the kid on the cheek sort of thing. But
you're like,
no, like, oh, look at him, he's so cute. I'm like, oh. Then like they walked out, and my mom kind of looked at me and went, "You're technically not supposed to say that." I was like, "Oh,
technically, you're not supposed to say that. Period. Come on, we know better now."
No, but you don't say that to a kid, because I didn't know better. She was like, "Look, next time see people of that color, you don't say that word." I'm like, "Oh,
that thing." Okay,
I'm like, what do I was like, "What do I say?" She was like, "They're people. You just call them people. It's pretty simple." I'm like, "Oh." Okay.
Oh yeah, that's how it's supposed to. Because it always fucking bugged me. I was like, with every fucking modern day Call of Duty game, it's like, we kill all those bunch of Russians, brown people. Of course, it has to be brown people.
Shoot the brown people.
And I'm sitting there going like, why'd you have to call them brown? I mean, you're just pointing out the fucking skin color.
They're still people at the end of the day.
Yeah, you're pointing out the wrong fucking thing. It's just like, are you fucking shitting me? And no, but that's okay. That's okay. And I'm like, no, it's not. But no,
it's not okay at all. So,
but let's go back to that. So, I think that Boris Johnson is a lot like those kids, but he's also a politician, and he will do anything he can do in his power to actually attain more of the political standing.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
if he has to be racist, he'll be racist. If he has to be xenophobic,
no publicity is bad publicity,
that's not exactly true. We'll get to that part.
That's the saying. As long as it gets him trending, I think that's all that matters.
And that's a fucking bad thing.
How do we get to talking about Boris Johnson?
Oh, because it's there. I mean, it's just
He's
there.
right there.
It's a thing.
Did you say that you just came back from a little movie?
Oh yeah, but before that, I also saw a couple of movies this week.
Go on.
I saw the whole filmography of the guy that made Drive Angry. There's actually some pretty good movies there. No, I don't know why.
Okay, let's just Google this.
Including Dracula 2000, a movie I'm gonna make you watch it.
Oh no! Don't make me watch Dracula 2000.
Oh, shut up! It has Umar Epps in it.
So it's Patrick Lussier.
Yeah, he's got some decent bangers here. Dracula, the second movie in the 2000, and the third one has fucking Rutger Hauer in it. And I was like, what the fuck are you even doing there, brother? What are you doing there?
Oh, he did My Bloody Valentine.
Oh yeah, he also did My Bloody Valentine.
That's not a terrible film.
It's actually a pretty good one.
He also did Wes Craven's New Night. Wait. Oh, he's the editor for those. Let me just go to the director bit.
No, but he did do My Blade Valentine. That he actually
No,
directed
no,
that
I'm
one.
looking at his directorial credits.
Yeah.
So Dracula 2001, Dracula 2 Ascension, Dracula 3. Oh no.
My Bloody Valentine. Drive.
There it is.
Trick. Trick was actually pretty
Trick.
surprising.
Oh, and he's directed the first episode of the Purge series.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know about that one, but that's fine. It's not actually that bad. There's some decent stuff in there. I personally suggest to people, if they haven't seen My Bloody Valentine, it's a good one.
He
It's an
was
actual good
also
fashion.
one of the writers of Terminator Genesis.
Good. What else? Oh, I saw Verotica last night.
Okay. What's that?
It's a movie I talked about like fucking 2 weeks ago. You Scatterbrain.
I am Scatterbrain, yes.
It's the directorial the debut of Glenn something. Not Glenn Murray. Glenn. Oh wait, I have the fucking IMDb page here.
Oh, Veronica.
Glenn Danzig.
Okay.
And so my honest opinion. Let's begin with the first one. First off, I didn't like it
Okay.
at all. Secondly, I was like, so it starts off with the credits. Usually a bad fucking choice in my opinion. And I recognize some of the names. Those are the porn star names.
Yep, they're all four leads are.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Are they not?
Actually, only Caden Cross, the one that plays Morella, is an actual porn star. And I was like, is every fucking woman in this movie a fucking porn star? Let's just check. I finished the movie, I started checking, and no, they're not. Actually, surprisingly, the porn stars were in only one segment. Ish. And they served the purpose because they were dancers at the strip club. Well, at that point, I was like, yeah, that's actually fine. Acting-wise, though, boy, was it bad.
Oh, no.
But it's like this schlocky level of bad. Because some of the actors and actresses have decent credits behind them, and I know they weren't particularly trying here because they were going for the schlocky.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I don't appreciate, because if you do it schlocky on purpose, it becomes fucking tacky.
Yeah, it becomes like notorious levels of bad where you just don't know
if it's on purpose or it's just people faking it as
or
worse.
Or if they're trying so hard to the point where you don't exactly know if,
Yeah, but, it's basically, it's an anthology series with movie with 3 segments in it.
Mm-hmm.
Change of Face, the albino spider of the jet, and Drukija, Contessa of Blood. Yeah, none of them were good. Honestly, on the Change of Face, I was so fucking bored. I didn't even watch the whole part of Drukija, Contessa of Blood. I just skipped through all of it. I was like, fuck. So basically, the third one is a retelling of Marie Antoinette in a horror style. There's a segment where she's basically an inquisitor that just goes and robs young maidens and bathes in their blood and kills them and blah, 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 fucking duh. The albino spider is a woman with eyes on her tits that can't get a fucking person to screw her. Let me begin with it. And one
She's
of the
got
spiders
eyes on her tits.
Yeah, instead of nipples, she has eyes.
What's sort of like how? What's the medical term for that?
Stupendous. Interruptus.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's eyes on tits. That's a new low that I've never ever heard of before. But Jesus fucking Christ!
It had a lot of inspiration of Italian schlocky horror movies.
Yeah, but eyes on tits, man. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it, because the effects and the acting and lighting was basically from the Italian horror movie in the 80s era.
Okay.
But it was in modern day, which, except Drukija, Contessa of Blood.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll never fucking get out of that one. Contessa of Blood.
Okay.
But it's marketed as a horror movie, and there was no actual fucking horror in it. It's just basically buckets level of fake blood, but actually fake blood with not particularly good effects in. Some of the fucking sets were amazing. They were absolutely amazing.
It's
but
got
the effects was
it $1 million budget estimated? So.
Well, yeah, but the sets, man, the sets was so, especially on Drukija, Contessa of Blood. The sets were amazing on that one.
Okay,
I'm not
sorry,
gonna lie.
I found a review. The reviews states this. I've got just the IMDb open, but it's bad effects, bad editing, really bad script, really, really, really bad acting, and after all that, self-important with no apparent awareness of its absurdity.
No, the thing is, the absurdity was the point of it.
Mm-hmm.
This is emulating a very specific time in horror movies, European style horror movies, and that's fine. But you still need to make it a horror to begin with. You don't just put out buckets of fake blood, the goddamn butaphoria.
Oh, wait for it. But there's a little bit of a budget. The camera actually moves, and the bad acting is entertainingly bad, somehow wooden, and over-enthusiastic at the same time. Plus, to maintain a little interest, some gore, and plenty of scantily clad young women with perfect hair,
Yeah.
if you're into that.
Also, it was very high on fandom power, which I'm personally against in movies. But the thing is, after a while, you realize, oh, I'm supposed to watch this movie because free fucking tits everywhere. Oh, god damn it! I got bamboozled in watching softcore porn. Am I not wrong now?
Is this
Oh
porn?
no, I'm not.
Is this porn, and am I watching it?
Softcore.
Yeah, it's still porn.
Yeah.
Because what's the internet for, if not for porn?
Fair enough. I wasn't expecting much of this movie, but I was expecting at least to be entertained, and I was not. I also saw Camp Blackbrook.
What?
Oh, Coldbrook. Camp Coldbrook.
Cold.
Yeah, Coldbrook.
Okay, let's open the book for this as well. And let's do the little transition. Yep. Okay, so a paranormal team sets to check out an abandoned summer camp where a mass murder had taken place decades previous.
Yeah. It also features Jamie.
Michael Murray.
Wait. Listen, it also features Jamie from fucking Halloween 4.
Oh.
That also played Annie Brackett from Halloween 2, the 2009 version, which makes it a Rob Zombie one.
Yeah, but Edgar Evernever is here. He's right here in his rocket, and he's.
No, listen. Some of it, the movie, it wasn't actually that bad. Get this shit. It was halfway found footage movie.
Okay.
But they found those new cameras were even though they run instead in the movie, even when they run, they actually it makes the shot look still.
Oh, they've
still
got like
shot.
steady cams.
Exactly. I was like, oh wow, because it was basically one of those. Oh, it's a paranormal investigation movie where a fucking TV series goes. But this time around, they don't just cheap ass and just get handheld cameras. They actually have invested in normal cameras.
Okay.
I was like,
it kind of actually makes sense. Well,
yeah, I was like, I'll take
here's
this.
a review by a person by Mansion95137. A good horror movie shot with paranormal style of storytelling, good jump scares, and surely worth the watch. Is what they said.
Listen, it's a bit low on the scares. The ending was fucking baffling and stupid. The twist was there and it just made no sense. And the hook at the end was stupid. It's just stupid.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but it wasn't a
I
bad
know
watch.
At least 6 people that will see it just for Chad Michael Murray himself.
Yeah.
Just for this man right here.
Well, I think he did a good job. It's also one of those that I appreciated because he was the leader of the squad and he wasn't a piece of shit. Imagine that.
Like most leaders in like found footage films, yeah.
A complete fucking piece of shit. This one was not. I was like, okay, I'm actually happy.
Good on him.
For the first time in ages, you actually try to do something different and not having him fucking sleeping with the intern, even though he has a wife and 2 children. The usual shit.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
It never does. Also, earlier today, I went and saw Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog?
Hedgehog.
Tell me about Sonic the Hedgehog and how
it's not a good...
and how it's still topping you as box office.
Yeah, I already outsaw Detective Pikachu. But on the whole, Detective Pikachu is the better movie.
Okay. I've yet
this
to
one
see
was
Detective Pikachu.
This one was see, Detective Pikachu has its issue. Pokemons were just there as a sideshow attraction. It was a big fucking no-no
Hey,
for me.
it is about poaching after all.
But Sonic was an actually story based around Sonic. It made sense, kinda, but it was filled with so many of the stupid tropes, the kids level tropes, and it's filled with the stupidest moments that every person with a IQ of over 60 would be like, yeah, no, on fuck physics level, but just on a that makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, but who's the movie made for?
It's meant for kids,
Exactly.
but that's not only kids though. It's also made for the Sonic fandom, which
All the wheelchair-ridden chili dog eating motherfuckers. No, it's meant for kids.
When will you learn that your actions have consequences? I can't do the voice. I actually can't do the voice. No. Consequence. No. The thing is, it's made mostly for the fandom. Because when was the last
Apparently,
time?
there's a lot of memes in it.
So, yeah, I saw him floss twice.
Oh, he did a floss.
Twice. I think I had a fucking brain fart. Mercifully, there were not many kids in the cinema, so at least I didn't get
So there
people
wasn't
to
a
yell
lot
on
of
my...
screaming. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, there was one family where it's kids and they weren't particularly trying to keep quiet, but then again, it's kids' movie, so I'll let it slide this one time. And I was like, I also did the Quicksilver thing from X-Men.
Was it at least good?
Twice. Well, we've seen fucking Quicksilver in X-Men. Now you've seen the same thing here happen here.
I currently, at this moment in time, have a GIF of Sonic flossing on the screen.
I don't want to see it. Go fuck yourself.
He's doing a floss. Look at him. So fast. Gotta go fast. Okay, enough of that. Apparently, from what I heard, there's a really good gag with a biker bar.
Well, yeah, that's I will do Quicksilver in X-Men, but I'll make it as a Sonic one. And I'm like,
Sonic.
I mean, but here's the thing that actually surprised me. The second time Dr. Robotic was actually able to break it. So, bullshit level stupidity powers, as we discussed with Quicksilver,
Yeah.
actually didn't pan out as bullshit as they were. I was like, well, at least there's that.
Okay.
I mean, at least they did something. So I'm fine with that one. I mean, it was a stupid idea how he punched through, but it's an idea. Because, yeah, what killed for the fucking X-Men up series? Quicksilver. Because when Quicksilver's there, what's the threat? He can just go and do shit.
Yeah.
I am.
Is Jim Carrey having the time of his life?
I will let people see this movie first. So you can and people that are on the internet for a specific amount of time and are on Twitch will see something that will completely break the fucking character. It literally took me 15 seconds to recognize what the fuck am I seeing. I got bored of it the fast. It was so boring. After like 15 seconds, it was the most boring thing in the entire movie. And no, people should go and see that one. People that are on Twitch should go and see that one. They will see it immediately. If they went any more further into that fucking direction, I would smell a lawsuit. An actual fucking lawsuit. It's uncanny what Jim Carrey did. I don't know why he thought that would be a good idea.
Dr. Disrespect, eh?
Yeah, I don't want to mention that.
I also just Googled him, and it turns out he's 2 meters tall. He's a tall boy.
I know. I don't want to mention that piece of shit's name. I don't fucking care. I dislike him. I don't fucking care.
But he cheated on his wife.
He did a lot of nasty shit, and I don't care about. And I don't fucking care about him. I honestly don't. He's someone I don't care for, and I know he'll never care for anyone else besides himself, and that's fine. He lives his best life. Good on him.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Shall we get into some news, even though there isn't a lot of news?
There's enough news.
Let me do the transition for the news. Very good. There's the news transition. We have done it. We have made it to the news. Candyman got a trailer.
Don't care.
It doesn't look terrible.
Don't care.
The Candyman, you're a fan of the Candyman.
Don't care.
God damn it. Also, a film trailer came out for a movie called Blithe Spirit.
That's not familiar.
And I want
Probably
to,
don't care as well.
and I want to watch it really bad, just for the cast. I'll mute this before we get copyright claimed.
And
I will
don't.
send you the link, just so you can see the cast that's in this film.
Looks like something I probably won't like as well.
Look at the man in the main role.
I'm watching. Let me just.
Oh God, I can hear that.
Yeah.
I want to watch this as soon as it comes out. I'll be the first one at the cinema watching this film. Just for Dan Stevens playing a fucking kooky Brit. It's
He feels like He feels like he's playing Ernest Hemingway.
And I love him for it. And Isla Fisher's in it, or Isla Fisher? Isla Fisher? I'm not sure, but she's in it too.
Isla Fisher.
And I will watch her as well, no problem.
No, that's a movie I'd probably skip.
No, I want to watch this film really bad. It just looks like a stage play put on screen.
Last week I saw a movie that's probably gonna come out soon, UK one that actually piqued my interest.
Which one?
The real story behind the Kelly Gang.
Yes, that is on. That is at the cinemas right now. Is
No,
that
not
is
that.
it? Is it? No, it's at. I just looked at. I was just looking at cinema tickets earlier, and it's at the Glasgow one.
Well, it's not here. It wasn't here. Well, it's with the guy from 1917.
Okay.
And actually looked halfway decent. I think I might actually watch it and enjoy it.
Yeah, true history of the Kelly Gang. Oh, that dude is fucking ripped. You can never tell in
Well, yeah, because
1917.
Oh yeah, and I think this might
Yeah.
actually show us better what he's capable of.
George
as an actor.
McKay, Nicholas Hall. There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of Charlie Hunnam's in it. Russell Crowe's in it.
It actually
Marlon
looks like
Williams,
a halfway decent.
Yeah, Tomasi McKenzie. It's S.E. Davis.
It actually looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a stacked movie, and it looks halfway decent. Because I have no idea who the Kelly Gang is, and at least know it. It's probably gonna be something.
How do you feel about it being like based on true events, though?
I don't know anything about it, so I don't fucking care.
Okay.
That's the whole
Also,
point.
S.E. Davis, for being 50, she looks great.
Because I was like, I mean, at one point I was like, is this what you call Billy the Kid kind of story? I was like, no, it's the Kelly Gang. I was like, well, close enough, I guess.
Kinda, sorta. But S.E. Davis looks great for 50. She's also in the Babadook.
Oh, yeah, I think she was the Nana.
No. The Babadook. She plays Amelia. Is Amelia the mother?
The nanny.
No, the Babadook is the one with the. Yeah, she plays the mother in the Babadook.
Yeah, I'm fucking. That movie was such a fucking letdown.
Yeah, I loved it. It plays on fears, which is I think the bit I love the most about it. But yeah.
No, okay, no, it's based on a book called The True History of the Kelly Gang, which is a fiction and a variation on the Ned Kelly story.
Okay.
So it's taking me half and half.
Also,
That's gonna be interesting.
guess what? Jurassic World 3 is filming. Started filming.
No one cares.
Do you want to watch another vapid and empty film about dinosaurs that run around and...
Yeah, sure, why not? At this point, there's also a teaser trailer for Last and First Man by Johan Johansson.
Johan Johansson? Last and...
It's his posthumous film. And it's a composer, actually.
Post-hummus. It's after he's had his hummus and now he's made a film.
Posthumous. Posthumous. No, I mean, it looks artsy. And it's narrated by Tilda Swinton, so I'll probably watch it.
Okay, yeah. Let me just put this in the doc.
There's also the trailer that came out for Apocalypse movie called Only. Only women are getting afflicted, and I'm like,
Huh? Really?
so yeah. Well, this kind of ties in the we're gonna discuss in about 15 fucking minutes from now, but
Yeah.
we'll leave that one.
Okay,
It
this
doesn't look
trailer is
right.
quite literally just a zoom in into the sun.
Oh yeah, because it's a teaser. It's not a trailer. It's a
And
teaser.
okay, the rain or whatever is going upwards, not downwards.
Or is it upwards because of the perspective I was given with the flip shot?
No,
Hey,
because that is the ground at the bottom there.
are you so sure?
Yeah,
Maybe you're not
because
seeing
there's
everything.
grass and bush. Maybe it's tree.
Uh,
Maybe it's there's the sun. Oh, okay. This might be worth the watch for the sake of art.
reminds me of see, earlier today I reminded myself of a very peculiar thing in mathematics.
Ooh.
It's
Fuck. Shit.
nah.
Why did I
You
pretend
actually
to be interested in that? He's gonna talk about math now.
see, it's an actually interesting problem that was given to 13-year-olds in India. It's an actually really easy one when you think about it. You know what the pentagram is?
A pentagram, yes. The devil.
You know how to perfectly draw one. You know
Yeah.
what a perfect pentagram is?
Yeah.
A pentagon. It's actually a pentagon, not a pentagram.
The pentagram is what you use to summon the devil.
Yeah, well, it's close enough because it
Beelzebub.
ties in. Right. So you know, pentagon has 5 points, and
Yeah.
all of them have an angle in them. We'll mark those angles
For
as A,
those
B,
that
C,
don't
D,
know,
and E.
the pentagon is the building in the states that has the military.
Yeah. Just shut up
It's
and
that shape.
do the quick math.
Quick
So
maths.
the question is this.
Okay.
So the 5 angles there, the A, B, C, D, and E, what do they equal to? That's the first part. That's the perfect one we're talking about. Then the second part of the question is find a generic solution for any pentagon, penta something at this point. What the fuck's going on with my English?
What does that have
It's
to do?
it. No.
Perfect
Think
pentagon.
about it. Well, yeah. It basically means that every point on it lies on the same circle, and the middle of the circle is in the hexagon that's formed in the middle.
Yeah,
of it.
it's 72 degrees, isn't it?
No, I mean, what does it equal to?
Towards
How
the
would you
middle.
prove it? It's very simple.
Okay,
It's actually very simple.
Tell me how.
Right. I'll explain it to you. The special case, that's the first one, and then how to find the generic one.
Okay.
So the special case is simple. Since we know that it's a perfect one, you can draw a circle that encompasses all 5 points.
Yeah, and then
you know that and the angle A lies over the bottom part of the circle, which we'll call C and D, and that semicircle is going to be 2A by normal formula. Now you do all this for every single circle, and you get that 2 times ABC plus D plus C equals 360. Divided by 2 equals 180. Easy, right? It's nothing complicated.
Yeah.
But that's not the general term that you use it for. Because that's not the general proof for it. And general proof is the ones that you're actually searching for. And this is where the problem subverts you. Because it asks you for a very specific case. Then since you've solved it for a very specific case, it fucks your brain up because now you can't solve it for a generic one. Instead of being the opposite one, so you can see it. The generic one is actually much simpler, and it does a couple of other things that the special case needs to explain in normal cases. First off, we'll take the upper triangle where the A is. Just that triangle.
Okay.
And we'll separate it for now. You have a triangle over point B and D, and where it intersects, right? You see it there.
Yeah.
You see
yeah.
Well, since we know 2 of the angles, we know the third angle.
Yeah.
It's 180 minus B and minus D. Well, on that upper where the A is, the left one is adjacent to that one, so it's going to be just B plus D.
Yeah.
You copy the same logic on the right side, and that applies for any fucking pentagon at one point.
C, D, yeah.
And E. And then you know that the summation of angles in the triangle is always going to be 180. So you know that A plus B plus C plus D plus E equals 180. Simple.
Yeah.
And fucking bugs me out because people use this shit every time to confuse people so that you have trouble solving problems.
C, D, E, 180.
And you should know this because you are supposed to be able to draw shit. And you don't know basic fucking geometry. And I always point out when you show me your pictures. Proportions. Angles.
My proportions are getting better.
Mm-hmm.
I drew a thing.
Yeah. I also suggest you check out Prashta Walker's channel called Mind Your Decisions.
Okay. Is that a math thing?
Yes and no. See, the hardest thing you're going to find there is basically a little bit of high-grade combinatorics. The point of the channel is not the maths themselves, it's the way you think about problems. It explains to you how to tackle problems, what is actually asked for you, and what you're supposed to see, and also the wording in it. It's pretty interesting. This is a problem that was posted to him from the exam for the 13-year-olds in India. And I'm going to be ashamed of saying, but the first part I saw in under 5 seconds. The second part, because it was worded the way it was, it took me like 2 minutes to see it. I was like, oh, this is fucking stupid, because now I want to go back to the previous one. I know it's not perfect because it's not exactly true. Because you also need to prove that all points on the pentagram will lie on the circle.
Anyway.
Which a 13-year-old might actually have issues with. Yeah, like I said, honestly, it's kind of really good. Also, no, I should be 36 degrees in the perfect pentagon. The angles just wait.
72 degrees from the center up.
Yeah, 36.
I had a little graph up on the screen. Also, you know how we talked about the Little Shop of Horrors getting a remake or whatever?
Couldn't care less.
Chris Evans is going to play the dentist.
Okay.
But it's Chris Evans. It's Captain. It's America's ass. Captain America.
I don't fucking care.
God damn it.
I don't care about the remakes. I also want to point out that the guy that one of the writers behind Back to the Future said there will be no remakes because it's pointless. I'm not gonna whore out my child.
Doesn't need remakes.
I think his direct quote was, "I'm not selling my child into prostitution." Yes. I was like, and the hero we need.
But yeah, also come and see. Like we talked about it some time ago. Is getting a 4K remaster released in cinemas. So if you want to get incredibly impressed and incredibly sad, go watch that film. Yeah, Come and See is one of those films that just, oh boy. Oh boy. It's a Russian film about the war, man, and it's not a pretty picture. I mean, it's a gorgeous picture, but it's not a pretty picture in a different sense. Any gaming news that you can think of that has left somebody pissed off or somebody fucked up?
But Bethesda fucked up again.
No.
Oh, wait, Doom Eternal.
What?
Oh, yeah.
How did they fuck up with Doom Eternal?
Well, they released the trailer for... No, it wasn't the Super Bowl, but they released the TV trailer.
Okay.
Guess what they did?
What?
Guess what they didn't do, actually?
What they did not do?
Well, they did not use Mick Gordon music. They used fucking shitty rap music for Doom, of all things.
Oh, that one hurt me in like the spine. Like I understand Mortal Kombat using hip hop and stuff because it kind of works, but Doom?
Exactly. Now I may not be the biggest Mick Gordon fan, but yeah, that's what even by my measure.
But
would you like me to tell you what the funny thing is? They use the word courageous to describe the Doomslayer. I was like,
he is anything but courageous.
Yeah, I think that that whole saying that there is a thin line between courageous and insane. Oh, I think he passed that line a long time ago. He
is a man bent on like fucking revenge and destruction for the sake of his rabbit.
I think that one's over at this point.
Or is this the new Doomslayer? Right. I'm gonna put this up on the screen. I don't care if we get like struck or something, but hip hop does not go with this image.
Nothing goes with that image. You have to use.
I'm using an imp getting ripped in two from the head down. That's not hip hop. You need like metal or something hard going in the back with that.
I would
not
also not
fucking hip hop. I don't mind hip hop, but Jesus fucking Christ.
I also don't fucking enjoy the fact that they call.
That they what? Hello? Hello, sir? Oh god, he's completely gone. Why is Discord pooping on me tonight? Discord, stop it. Stop it, Discord. Hello? Hello? Senor? Ah, fuck me. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, and he's back.
Yeah, thank you, Discord, for being a piece of shit again.
Because he literally went, so you know what I think about it?
Yeah, Discord just fucking
he just completely disappeared.
Yeah, Discord just decides to randomly fucking shut down for some reason.
So, do tell again.
Do you know what? I mean, wait. Think about what? What was it talking about?
We were talking about the hip hop.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that anything outside of metal goes with people fucking going on headbreaking to bonanzas.
See, but that's the thing, though. Doom has always been tied to metal.
Yes and no, but it's still different types of metal. I mean,
it's still metal, though.
You can get away with a lot, just not rap, because rap just doesn't fucking fit at all. Like, the last thing I want to see when a person just charges down fucking 10,000 demons is, I don't know, someone mumbling in my
Lil
fucking...
Wayne playing guitar.
Or someone mumbling in my fucking ear about bitches and hoes and stacks of racks.
While you're like ripping demons apart, yeah. Fuck me. I am sad now.
No, I'm not.
People... speaking of Doom Eternal, I was really glad when I went to see Birds of Prey that was one of the ads that played before the film. It was a Doom Eternal ad. I was like, yes.
The ads I saw were for Trolls, the new movie.
The what?
The new movie for Trolls.
Trolls?
Yeah.
Give me a link.
Oh, fuck that.
No.
The new movie, the new Peter Rabbit movie?
Oh, fucking Peter. Because the first one was so good, so let's make a second one.
I mean, it feels like cheap to make, so why not? The new Batista movie.
Yeah, that's already on.
It looks
buses.
Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually looked bad.
Yep.
And the new SpongeBob movie. The SpongeBob was the weirdest one of them all. And there is the actual reason for that one.
SpongeBob.
See, they actually don't use the animation in the show. They do this digitized
3D,
one.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks fucking horrible. It looks worse.
Yeah.
And you can tell. But they also reviewed the worst thing in existence.
Go on.
They should have said that one for the movie. Keanu's in it.
Alright, stopping the podcast. Have a good night, folks.
And he's a sage. And he's like, I'm a sage that's also a sage. It works out nicely. And then he just smiles. And I'm like, thank you.
God.
You're awesome. You're breathtaking.
Keanu, take me away. No, you're breathtaking. Speaking of taking things away, I gave you a film last week.
There's just a couple of other things.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I thought we were.
You know that EA is being sued in France.
Yes. But EA is getting
Yeah.
sued every other day, so it's not exactly.
No, it's about the loot box and shit. Well, I think that they actually released a state. For lawyers explained how they're actually gonna tackle the case publicly, which is fucking weird. I don't know why they would do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's apparently this is actually gonna really happen. Also, earlier today there was a review for the new Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate, good, bad?
Well, I haven't seen it because it literally just there like fucking 15 minutes before we started, so I haven't looked through it. But from what I saw from bits and snippets, it actually looks like Divinity Original Sin. I'm kind of disappointed, to be honest, with that one. I don't know why. I'll reserve my point. It might be actually good. I don't know. I hope it's really good because Baldur's Gate deserves a good third game.
Yeah, they've all been good. So
yeah. What else is there?
Traditional sort of RPG.
Isometric, isometric
yeah.
ones. I fucking love my isometric RPGs. Mostly because I have to deal with a lot of shit. What else? No, there was a couple of more things. We would deal with shitty people doing shitty stuff. Let me just double check stuff. Right, yeah. There's something I saw already. Apparently, Anthem is actually gonna get patched up for realsies.
Yeah, they're fixing Anthem, apparently. Don't worry, guys. Anthem is getting fixed 2 years later.
Well, no. Actually, it's a little bit more complicated because for the longest time, they tried to actually fix it. Now they just dropped everything and they're starting from scratch. Yeah, that's about to happen. Okay, I'm okay with that.
We're entering a new era of video games where we ship out a piece of shit and then we attempt to fix it as time progresses and somehow get forgiven for it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Haven't you seen the fucking Ubisoft games releases? Have you missed all of them? Yeah. That's pretty much Ubisoft 101.
Good time, isn't it?
When was the last time they actually released a fully functioning, well-made
Far Cry 3.
Even that's the better, bro.
Yeah, Far Cry 3 was actually, I think, the last good one as well.
Well, no, I think it was Twin Dragons that actually was good. The base game was garbage, in my opinion.
You mean Blood Dragon?
Yeah. Wait,
Blood Dragon was a throwback thing. I mean, the base game was pretty good too.
Nah, base game was stupid. But Far Cry games lately follow the same fucking principle as every other game, so it's basically just copy paste the shit.
Yeah, fill out the gaps, collect all the grass.
Oh yeah, I'll make it an open world.
Click button. Yeah, make it a collectathon. It's
slap a fucking XP system, gatekeep content so they don't finish too fast, so we can actually get some mileage of the game.
Yeah, you don't want to finish too fast.
But also remember to include XP boosters for people who want to just progress faster, because we're gonna stamp your progress so you can do side shit.
Because why play the single player game for the content? We can just sidestep most of it.
No, you still play the fucking thing, but now you buy the stuff. That's one of the biggest issues that fucking Assassin's Creed had, the Greek one. Because you literally could buy an XP booster.
That was supposedly one of the good Assassin's Creeds as well. Because they finally fixed the combat to make it playable.
Yeah, sorry. Are you trying to tell me that my fucking supposedly stealth assassin-based game has supposed to have actual combat? Are you fucking shitting me?
Well, no. The latest ones have barely had stealth in them. They've mainly been combat focused.
Oh, sure, because it's fucking combat focused, because everything just devolves into a fucking huge ass brawl every fucking time. Because the games are not designed for stealth. The only actual really good one I liked was 1. And Black Flag, but Black Flag had a...
Black Flag was a pirate game. It wasn't even a fucking Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, that one is actually completely different, so I'm not even going to...
Yeah, even Assassin's Creed 1, the stealth in that was absolutely pure garbage, because you can literally be running from people and then sit on a bench and they would run past you as if they never saw the man dressed in full white in the middle of a desert.
But you see, in the other ones, you may not run from them, you can just beat their asses off. True. And move on and finish your stuff. At least that one had the fucking decency to not give us a fucking handgun.
I still think 2 is the better one. The most refined one out of all of them.
Any fucking stealth game that offers just people to skip stealth and continue and just go for a fucking pointless button masher, fuck that. I'm done.
Brotherhood had fun missions where you had to tail people and follow them around, but...
Oh, I hated those. Those were so fucking stupid. It's basically an escort mission.
Yeah, play Thief. Play Thief, kids. Play Thief.
The Thief too.
Even the new Thief is not that bad.
It's not. People give it too much shit because, Dishonored came out. Dishonored's a better game. No, it's not. I can literally point
Dishonored
you
is
to the
not
person.
exactly a stealth game.
I can point you to the person that saw me break Dishonored in so many ways that it would have called fucking child services at the end.
Dishonored. Hello? Is this child services? I am being
Yes.
broken.
I've been broken. I already
Why did I
called
give
you.
Dishonored an Indian accent? I'll never know, considering that one of the art directors is Bulgarian.
He's actually no, he's not a Bulgarian. He's a Croatian, if I remember correctly. It's not Sofia, that place. It's basically Prague, but they still
Oh
have
no,
the same.
it's the same art team that was in charge of Half-Life 2 as well. But
yeah, and it's not. It's based on Prague.
no, that's what I'm
It's not
saying. It
Sofia.
is, but I think the dude that's in charge of the thing is actually Bulgarian. One of them is. Oh, pardon me.
And even in Prague and Sofia have a lot of similarities in the structure of the city itself.
Yeah.
And you can literally just take the same fucking turns in the places you want to be in. So this week you gave me a movie I kind of don't like at all. Actually,
a lot of people don't like it.
No, actually, Bird Box is fine. It's one of the better ones. It goes towards whatchamacallit, and the new horror trope genre was basically, we're gonna take something out of your senses and make you feel like you're completely useless. It started off with
A
give me a
Quiet
second.
Place.
No, it wasn't even A Quiet Place. It was the other one. It was a one that came out 2 years earlier. That kind of made the rounds as well. Just give me a minute, I'll find it.
Few. There was
no, this one was
where they were being hunted by the blind man, and it was really good. There was Lights Out.
I think it was Lights Out. That was actually it.
Lights Out being the really good one.
Lights Out wasn't. No, Lights Out was the fucking
by the director of Shazam.
Yeah, let me pull it.
Oh, there you go. Victor Antonov is the visual design director of Half-Life 2 and Dishonored, and he's Bulgarian. I knew that.
Lights Out is basic. Lights Out was one of the most underwhelming movies I've seen in recent memories.
Good concept, though.
Yeah, the idea was good, the execution was fine, but the fucking hook at the end was boring as shit.
Yeah. Lights Out. Rebecca and her boyfriend tried to investigate the connection between her mother and her imaginary friend Diana after her stepfather is murdered by a supernatural entity.
No, bullshit. That's not that one.
Yeah, Lights Out is the 2016 one. It's actually really fun. It's got some really cool moments in it. I will send you the link. Shit. Fuck. I can't. There we go. I can't copy and paste. There you go, sir. Yeah, Lights Out's actually really, really fun. For like.
I'm thinking. No. I'm thinking about different ones. Not Lights Out.
Also, yeah, Lights Out is also a female-led film, so you never know. It might show up in the.
No. The one I'm thinking about is not this. Definitely not this.
But yeah, Lights Out's really good. For those that haven't seen it, go watch it. It's fun as hell. Really good effects in it as well.
Is this what I think it is? It's also.
Huh?
Give me a minute. I'll watch it really fast.
But.
Oh yeah, I remember this. No, this one was actually pretty fucking boring.
I enjoyed it. Shut up.
No, I think you enjoyed different shit. I mean, I enjoy a lot of shit, but
yeah.
No, it's a different one. It was about a cabin, post-apocalyptic times where people quiet but also walking. I remember a trail of salt that were used.
That's a question. I have no clue.
Give me a minute. I will try. I'm currently searching for it, but I'll continue. And this is really stupid. But it's incredibly stupid. This movie had a lot of formulaic, but it's not also good at it. I will get to it. But in this case, we're taking out the ability of people to see what they see. No one knows. What does it do? No one knows. Why do they see it? No one knows, which is fine. But at some point, you're just like, how does it actually function? When do you see it? No one knows. It just fucking happens when you want it to happen. Why does it only affect people outside?
No one knows.
It's like, so basically, you could just run around with a fucking glass on your front of you and you'll be safe. But
Yeah.
you can just put a fucking
Oh,
ball
you're
in
thinking of
front
Hush, by the way.
No, it's not Hush.
With the deaf lady.
No, it's not.
Because Hush
It's
isn't
not.
Hush isn't bad either.
Hush was fine, actually. Hush was a decent slasher.
Yeah, but yeah.
Because that one's a slasher movie. Hush was a slasher.
Have you seen the initial concepts for the monster in Bird Box?
Yeah, I think I did. And it looked fine, but they never made the fucking
It didn't look fine. It looked so stupid that Sandra Bullock couldn't help herself but piss herself laughing every time it showed up. So they ended up cutting the monster out completely.
Well, to be honest, it looked better than getting nothing, so that's something.
Yeah, but show don't tell.
Well, yeah, in this case, you should fucking show us something, because it doesn't fucking work with the when people just go insane by having by people's pupils go in a different color.
Yeah.
But
I mean, get it. The movie, she doesn't want to be a mother. That's the whole idea of the movie.
I would have taken those fucking monsters if I had the choice at this point. Which also puts me. I want to see the final version of the original Sonic with the old design.
No.
I genuinely see it. What was that movie? It was in the cabin with a family, but it wasn't exactly a family because the child was a foster child and they had to keep quiet. But they also had to but it was also disease based. Something about an attic with a fucking I remember parts of the trailer. I watched this like fucking ages ago.
You're next?
Yes!
The Lodge?
That's exactly. No, you're next.
Your Next is really good though.
It was fucking underwhelming by the end. It's
yeah, the hook is kind of shit, but the overall quality of the it's fucking it's a tense fucking film.
Wait, no.
No, I remember.
No. Your Next is different. Your Next is a different one. It was technically remade recently with the one from Babysitter, the woman from Babysitter, the Babysitter. Give me a minute, I'll find it. I call those movies basically the Simon Says movie. Simon Says you can't see shit.
Films, yeah. Simon says you can't speak.
See, Simon says you can't make noise. Simon says you can't see shit. Simon says you can't hear shit. Simon says you can't use your fucking sense of smell. Simon says this. It's basically just I'll find it. What the fuck was that movie?
Do you know what's one of the things that really annoys me about Bird Box?
Yeah, but let's get to the movie itself. And the movie starts off with in Anchorage, Alaska.
Yeah. And a post-apocalyptic sort of
I need to actually... no. It becomes that part. And it's Sandra Bullock. And I'm going to go with step-by-step how she works rather than how the story is told. And Sandra Bullock is having a baby by a sperm donor with her sister. I think that was her sister, wasn't it?
I think it was, yes.
And a sister or mother, doesn't really matter. And before that, she's a painter. So
Painter. She does the paintings. Yeah.
What else? And they go to and they see on the news that something is wrong. They go to the hospital. She's getting a check. She's puking all over the place and yada yada yada.
Yes.
And back when her other family member, let's go with sister, because it's much easier. Goes to get the car. She sees that something's wrong, and they go out and rush. And she goes to grab her phone in the car because her sister is trying to drive normal and be a responsive person, but everything else is going haywire, which is kind of funny. And because
all of
she
a sudden,
went
chaos.
No, and because she saw.
She sees the thing. Jessica, the sister, she sees the thing.
Yeah, she sees the thing. While Sandra is currently grabbing her phone, she decides to, try and kill herself. That's gonna be the hook. But why doesn't Sandra Bullock's character see it? I don't know. Do you know? No one knows. It's just
Because sometimes there's no explanations. There's bits where a few people
but
see it and they all freak out, or it only shows up to the one person. Because there's a bit where it's
exactly.
even in the trailer where the dude is holding the lady's eyes open so she can see, and
Well,
he
no,
looks the
because
same way and he's fine.
no, but he has seen it. He's an agent. That's the whole point. It's become this. He's using them specifically to find people who have not seen it so they can kill themselves. Why did the
But
other ones do
why
not
doesn't it just kill the ones that are the agents? Why need agents
I,
when he can just randomly show up in places and cause chaos?
it's the same fucking issue with what you call it, with Harbinger Zero.
Harbinger
Like it
down.
does whatever that shit movie.
The boat film, yeah.
Yeah, the ball film. It doesn't like you try to establish monster rules and you don't follow them. That's not how it's done. That's why the thing was good because the rules were simple and they were used to their maximum
And
effectiveness
that's why The Thing is still one of the best films ever made to this day.
because they understood the concept of fucking follow your own rules,
Yeah,
morons.
it's like an Isaac Asimov story. Establish the rules, follow the rules, and don't deviate from them. It's pretty simple.
And this one doesn't. Like I said, it just doesn't.
This one, I feel like this one doesn't have rules.
Yeah, but not having.
It's
But
just somebody went, oh, we have a cool idea for this, and
and
that's it.
well, I think it was loosely based on a
It's based
book
on a
that
book.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that later came out the actual book adaptation with Stanley Tucci, if I remember correctly. Oh, I saw that one. That was actually was. That was actually was. Like, hands down, actually was. And it makes no sense. Like, what was the fucking. Why would the monster go and do this shit? Like, in Quiet Place, you could argue that the monsters are out of this
No, you can argue that the monsters actually conquered
They,
everything. Yeah, and
and
people are forced to do things the way they do them.
well, no, because they feed on them.
Yeah.
So it's basically food. So they
Like the Quiet Place actually establishes stuff pretty well, considering everything.
Some.
Well,
It's
compared
also
to Bird Box, it establishes things, it does things really well.
yeah, and it's and well, yeah, well, also Quiet Place came out later, so it actually did
No, it
something.
didn't. I think it was Bird Box that came out after.
I'm pretty sure. Either way, it doesn't because that will make Bird Box.
Yeah. Quiet. Oh wait, hold on one sec. Quiet Place. Can I see the first one, please? Jesus fucking Christ. A Quiet Place, April 2018. Bird Box, November 2018.
Oh yeah, all was.
And you're gone. You're gone. You're gone. You're a robot.
So this whole
You're a robot.
Good. And here's the thing.
Oh, there he's back.
Well,
Okay.
Sandra Bullock is a fucking unit in this movie.
She's a unit in every movie.
No, in this specific movie, she carried that whole movie. She's not the one in everyone, but in this specific one, oh dear lord, that was a performance and a half.
Yeah, but even with her performance, it doesn't save the horrendous writing and the horrible film and like the horrible plot in general.
I can't remember the.
Get it? It's about the fact that she doesn't want to be a mother. That's why her kids don't have names. That's why they're called boy and girl. She doesn't want to be a mother. She doesn't want the responsibility of being a mother.
Bullshit. She wants to because she has the fucking children. That's the whole point of it.
No, she doesn't want to. That's why That's literally why. The whole movie is basically a metaphor for her being scared of being a responsible mother. And guess what? Who's gonna save us? Who's gonna save humanity?
No, it wasn't this one. What the fuck is this?
The blind people will save humanity. That's the idea. Why didn't they use the blind people first? No,
that's also kind of half truth because they not that. Whatever. They will get to that part. And here, and the movie, and they get to the house where we introduced to Malkovich. Who's also a fucking unit.
He's always.
And
this is the one. This is the only piece of the whole film, the whole scene where he just chews the scenery like a madman. Because clearly he did not want to be in this film, but so he decided to act as like ludicrous as possible.
And I mean, no, actually, it makes sense because he actually goes and explains it why he's
Yeah.
the old, grizzled, angry veteran,
Yeah.
survivalist slash asshole.
Typical trope. Yeah.
Because of Sandra Bullock, he's loved his third wife, whose name was Lavinia. That was a fucking name and a half. Dies, and he's really pissed at Sandra,
Yeah.
which I understand. But and he's introduced to our other technically male lead character, Tom, played by Trevante Rhodes, who does a good job.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing: there are no bad actors in this movie.
No, apart from the kids.
Oh, they're kids. I said
The
it
kids in
times.
this film are painful to watch.
Everything's painful to watch. We also introduced to, I think it was Lucy, by Rosa Salazar played.
Yeah, not for long.
Yeah, who plays a cop in training, and she stretches, and oh my god, fucking stretches. Yeah, and what was that? Tom Holland. Was it Gary? The guy.
No,
The drug addict, technically the drug dealer.
Let me do the quick IMDb of
right. So let's break it down like this. We'll forget the names for now. You have trainee that's with a sense of justice. You have male lead character who's a hero. You have
like,
female
who's
lead
Rosa Salazar? Then I realized she's actually Alita Battle Angel. I'm like, why is her face so familiar?
Yeah, you wonder why. You have old grizzled veteran. You have a person who shelters them, who has a big heart and decides to sacrifice himself early on because he doesn't know anything else. Who also, by the way, is gay because we have to be topical.
Yep.
You have old woman who's religious and fatalistic. You have know-it-all with internet knowledge who's surprisingly writing a novel. He's not a meme though. He's a fucking piece of shit. He dies early on.
He's the Redditor of the group. He goes on Reddit quite often and somehow knows many things about things, even though he knows nothing.
Exactly.
It's all vapid, empty facts that have nothing to do with anything.
It's Endgame. It's apocalypse. It's when blank slate, everything dies, and we have to start all over again. Shut
the fuck up, man.
Yeah, and what else? We forgot. We have a drug addict guy who's a bad boy. Yeah. Bad boy. And him and the police girl and Justice Freak, let's call her that, started getting it on together because fuck knows. Well, technically, they're the only ones of Asia would make sense. Also, the main guy and the main lead supposed to end up together, so yeah, those two are out of the question. Yeah. It's the most formulaic, basic bitch shit I've seen in a long time.
It's tropes stacked on top of each other to the point where they're falling over, but the movie's so falling apart at this point, it doesn't even matter.
And if it wasn't specifically because of the performances of the very key people in this movie, it would be worse. It would genuinely be a fucking travesty to sit through. I also want to point out that still, Trevante, as the main lead, he did a good job, but then again, he got overshadowed by the more experienced and well-known actors. Sucks to be him. He also did Moonlight, for which, good job, man.
That was a good film. That was a really very sad times, but very good. For those who haven't seen Moonlight, go see Moonlight.
And they try to survive together. So gay Samaritan has a bright idea to tie himself to a chair and watch the cameras to see what the fuck happens. And naturally, he sees the thing. Obviously, his pupils go fucking wide-eyed.
However, the thing, it affects you even through cameras. Even though earlier on, she is driving around with blinds on her car and nothing happens there, but when you see it through a fucking screen that's bouncing off a satellite, bouncing off the sun, bouncing back into the next screen, bouncing through the camera.
Well, no. Bullshit, that's not how it was. Just fucking cameras came out.
I know, but I'm trying to be hypothetical about it. It's bouncing through 4 different signals, and even that affects you. But the thing being right outside your car, and you can kind of see its silhouette through a window, that won't affect you?
I mean, because the one part that he sees him clearly, now he doesn't.
Because the monster rules are not established.
Because there are no monster rules.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. It's a thing. You see the thing, you go crazy.
See, this is why it makes sense if they actually used it like that. In that case, even if they use the fucking horrendous models, I'd be okay with that because now at least I know what the fuck is actually going after, and it would make sense.
Yeah, it's a giant baby because she's scared of being a mother.
Yeah. And and he kills himself because and people are like, oh shit. And by the way, they already bought the whole house.
Yeah.
There was also a family earlier that just bolted out of the movie, never to be seen or heard again from.
They were just the family, and you think these are gonna stick around. Nope, they're gone.
I was also
what a great
expecting.
concept. What a great script.
I found it. It comes at night.
Oh, it comes at night.
Oh yeah, that movie, that was fucking underwhelming.
It comes at, much like me, it comes at night. Please don't quote me on that. Also, this whole time we've had somebody in the stream listening in, so thank you.
And the movie just panders on for a couple of minutes. They have their typical banter. They establish technically like camps and stuff. Much like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Topical. I mean, it's a horror survival movie, so that's kind of expected. I'm gonna pretend that I didn't expect anything else but that. It's pretty bad.
It's not great. Yeah.
Once they start going on the supply run, oh dear lord, it becomes bad.
It's just, first of all, it feels pointless. Like, why have these scenes about them looking for supplies? We're going to live in this house forever. Fuck off. You're trying to get to this promised land that's been talked about from the beginning of the film. Just go to the promised land. Stop living in this stupid-ass house where somebody's just killed themselves because they saw the monster through a camera.
Oh, before that, they introduce a new one, another pregnant woman who's gullible. Let's go with that one. I actually think he was planned by the main bad guy. We'll get to that part. And what happens is they go on the supply and they duct tape the whole car.
How do you drive?
And they use the GPS system, which
GPSs
by the way
are not that accurate.
Listen, they're accurate enough, especially.
Trust me, I've driven enough with a GPS to know that sometimes those things are fucky.
You mean that you're driving on your mobile fucking GPS?
No, I've done it with a proper GPS as well, and I can tell you for a fact that those things can be fucky.
So have I, and usually it's fine. The only times it gets problematic is with a little small streets that usually don't appear on many maps.
Yep.
They didn't. They went to the biggest fucking wholesale market in the city. That's on a main street. That wasn't the issue. That's not an issue. And they get attacked, which, by the way, I'll give him credit for the whole scene where Trevante is driving the car and just looking at it really awkwardly because he can't look at the road. It was pretty well made. It was a good shot.
It's the only good tense scene in the whole film.
And it was good. And they get Justice Girl.
And it's an hour and a half
character.
Before we got that scene, so.
Well, nah, it's more like an hour. We have main character, female lead, male lead, Redditor, Justice Girl, and John Malkovich. I'm not even gonna fucking question him.
He doesn't need a character name. He's John Malkovich. Yeah.
He's John Malkovich. He's just John Malkovich in every movie. Goddamn fucking amazing bastard. I love him to bits. I just love him as he's acting so much. And and they get attacked by the thing. And here's the thing. I always thought that in the movie before that scene that the thing was more of a fictional being in the sky, like a god that manifests and drives people to insanity because of judgment and yada yada yada. Well, it's not. It's actually also a physical thing that's also invisible. How do they see it?
No, but it's visible to certain people, but it's invisible to others. But then it's visible for the whole crowd when they go crazy. But then it's not visible for the ones in the car. But
it's invisible unless it specifically decides to show itself to the people that see it. How the fuck does that work?
That's not even established properly, yeah.
No, I don't know. It's literally how it's pointed out. Because he casts a shadow, which means that he's a physical being that casts shadow, which means that he reflects light. That's the thing. So it's not invisible.
You mean like basic physics, yeah.
Oh god, no. And here you thought I would never speak again about math. Who knew that there's always going to result to fucking math? Always. Which is the point. It's like, what is this? Just show me something. Show me the fucking hero in this model. I'll take it. I'll fucking take it.
I'll show you the model. You mean like in the film? Just show me something to latch onto.
Show me something. Make it so that I can at least understand as to why the fuck does this thing cast shadows but I can't see it. Give me just to nudge it. Just something to go on. Nah. So they drive to the wholesale market, and of course, like every good plan, there's always a fallback. How the fuck are they gonna go in when they can't? They don't know exactly which part of the market they stopped at. Good thing that people are forward thinking. But yeah, they managed to go in. They start shopping, and apparently John Malkovich is also. Of course, yes. He continues being dickwad to Sandra Bullock. Fair enough. Then they have a little bit moments. Trevante's there, gives baby diapers because she's gonna have a baby and they don't need them. Fair enough, by the way. And they hear a voice outside and they try and open the door. Turns out the guy was baiting, and he's one of those new zombie type people that try to make the people who have not seen it see it so they can kill themselves. Why does the thing need that? I don't know.
Why doesn't it just show up in the store? Because it's clearly been able to do things like that. Why doesn't it just show up in the store and kill them all on the spot?
I mean, maybe because it can't actually enter physical objects as a whole. I think that
they saw it on the cameras.
Well, yeah, because you see it on the cameras, but it never actually goes in. It's never established that it went into places.
It gets on top of the car.
Well,
it can clearly interact with reality.
Yeah, but apparently it can't go inside. I just fucking take with it. Apparently it has a physical form, but it can't use physical.
No, it affected the car. The car wobbled when it got on top of it.
You are not making sense to yourself because you're not thinking about this logically. It can't go in. For some reason, it's like a vampire.
Is it like a vampire? Where you have to like?
Apparently, it's like a vampire. It can't go in unless it's invited. But how do you invite it? You make it so
you open your eyes and you go insane, so you fucking jab yourself with scissors.
Exactly, and the guy's trying to make them and try to stop him, and Sandra Bullock's doing nothing because I don't know, hormones. I'm gonna go with that one. I honestly didn't understand why didn't she help it. Just stood there and was yelling and screaming. I'm gonna go with hormones. That's the best I can give you. And Redditor decides to sacrifice himself.
Because he's a Redditor, and maybe in heaven he'll get his promised virgin.
It's fucking stupid, because the whole time John Malkovich had a fucking shotgun. Imagine using the shotgun and killing the person. Who knew that might work? We'll get to that part later.
Well, that would mean having some sort of bearable logic, which is not existent in this case.
Yeah, and what happens next? People are angry and they see the blood, but apparently it's not the blood from the person that tried to get them. But it's the blood from the person that tried to get inside the building. But now he uses the Redditor to try and get them to go outside because apparently they're stupid. At least they didn't fall for that one. And yeah, so this is the end of the Redditor guy. So they go back, they celebrate, and suddenly Justice Girl and Bad Boy just drive off. Where, how, what, why? No one knows. By the way, it's already established that they're fucking already. Fine. Why did they decide to go off? No one knows. No one knows. And John Malkovich continues being a dick, and he explains why he's a dick to Sandra Bullock. She's like, oh, well, I see your point of view. You're correct to being a dick to me. We are friends now. So they continue existing. They put either on him, so Malkovich, Tranty. Just Malkovich. So Malkovich, Sandra Bullock, and the other pregnant female, and Trevante exist in the same house for a part of time, and they suddenly let in a complete stranger who, by the way, she lets him in because reasons.
And they're fucking idiots.
Well, no, she's an idiot because Malkovich is making sense. Actually, he's been making sense for most of the movie. But that's surprising, which making sense. That's a first. I want to see him play Hamlet, actually. Did he play Hamlet? I think he played Hamlet.
Has he not played Hamlet before? Pretty sure he has.
He should have. I think that he's the Ham in Hamlet.
The Ham in Hamlet.
But yeah, and they lock Malkovich in the outside area-ish. Yeah, that's it. Ish.
This is the point where they're kind of pulling the Thing moment, but you can't even explain what
Yeah, and the guy just goes bananas. He incapacitates Trevante, then removes the fucking things from the house and makes the pregnant woman the see things, and she goes and kills herself. And then Malkovich sacrifices himself by killing the bad guy, and only main character and Trevante and Sandra survive, and they have the hots for each other, which I can't. Yeah, which I can't blame them for, because at this point they're so fucking lonely. So such time has passed.
It's a 5-year gap. It's basically the movie takes place in
Yeah.
5 years from early in her life. It intercuts between early in her life, at the start of the 5 years and at the end.
Which also bugs me because there is no actual visible age on any of them.
No.
They just look the same as they did the first fucking 5 minutes, and that bugs me.
Yeah, and the whole thing is signified by the
by literally written on the screen.
By them going down the river. Yeah.
And sorry, it's signified by the children growing up, and literally written on the screen. Because I sure as shit couldn't tell.
Don't take off your blindfolds or you will die.
And the time, and it continues, and they realize that they're being tailed by other people that also want them to see the shit. And they find them, and it's an actual fucking hit squad with bullet vests. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
How capable is this thing?
What the fuck is this? I mean, why do they
enslave the weak-minded? But no, now we have a hit squad that are dressed head to toe like SWAT members.
Exactly, and they're like, "Oh, we're coming for you." So they hatch a plan. It's basically, Sandra will take it for you. Okay, fine by me. To be honest, that's actually what I would suggest as well. Kudos to Trevante. Died like a hero, lived like a one.
Yeah.
Honestly, I do like the guy.
The black dude dying first for once.
No, it was him. It was the Redditor was black, remember?
Was he?
Mm-hmm. Black chubby guy.
Oh shit, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm saying there's other people that died before him that weren't. So it kind of there's one trope that's not exactly that.
Well, listen, it doesn't count because they were never part of the story.
Oh, that's a good point. There was side
to establish that everything's fucked. And it ensues, and he has to remove the blindfold. Can't shoot people being blind. Who knew? And then he sees it, so he's able to muster enough strength to kill the guy and then kill himself. And Sandra hears it. And this is the one thing that this kind of ties in with the rest of the movie that I haven't talked about, which is basically it also takes in supposedly current time where she's trying to get the children out and they're all blind and walking down the cord, which is impressive because they actually fall up her head, so they get to a boat. And on the boat, they start moving in. And from what I can tell, it's actually not a singular creature. It's more like more than one creature. Because that thing moves like a fucking sea demon.
We never see how many creatures there actually... They never say they or them or it. They just say the creature.
See, the thing is, if that were true, that thing would move like a fucking sea demon.
Well,
across the world simultaneously.
We don't know how it moves. We don't know what it is or what it does or how it does things because it's never properly established.
Listen, I think it's more than what is the logical because otherwise it moves like a fucking sea demon across the whole world. Not one place, not two places, all of them at once to get them, everyone, and control so many people to be there so that the other one can see them. It's more than one. I'll at least go with the logical conclusion. It's more than one. And they get separated, and she yells at the kids to not remove the blindfolds because it's on their children.
Or you will die. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, to be honest, that would be the normal response. And she's really emotional and trying to be a good mother. Kudos for Sandra Bullock actually pulling off the real fucking breaks on her acting.
Because she's finally getting used to the idea of being a mother again because we're reaching the end of the film.
Well, no, because that's been a long time going, and apparently she had doubts. Now she's basically stuck to him. That's fine. She's also had the other pregnant woman to talk to and explain stuff, and she kind of gets to come with it because she was always alone and she never had another person next to her for the children. Because she decided to have a sperm donor. That's the whole point of it. Because apparently she's socially awkward and she's an artiste because she's artsy, and that means she's apparently emotionally unstable or some shit. Because tropes, just tropes. Not me. Yeah. This is not me. This is tropes. For once, this is tropes. Actually, it's not for once, but most of the time you can argue that I'm wrong. But this time it's just tropes. And they have this actually pretty tense scene on the boat. They hear someone like, "Oh, come here, I'll help you." She's like, "Get away!" Pulls out a gun, fires blindly. Then he's there. Then she pulls out. They tussle and wrestle, and she removes his glasses and Apparently, sunglasses don't work for some reason. Tinted sunglasses, but she's wearing a fucking blindfold from cloth. I don't know.
That's what I mean.
Oh. And she's able to finish him off. Then they get separate at the forest, and suddenly the creature has her voice. I was like,
yeah, all of a sudden it can replicate voices. What?
What the
it
fuck is
learns
this?
something new for every scene. What is this magical being?
Sorry. Excuse me. What the fuck is this? I'm doing my best John Malkovich impersonation. I'm sorry, I suck.
What the fuck?
What the fuck is this?
This?
Goddamn Malkovich, such a fucking legend. I'll miss every movie at some point. I'll just rewatch every one of his movies.
All the Malkovich films, yeah.
There's a fucking ton of them. How be? Yeah. And the little woman, the little woman, the girl, her little girl does not actually moves, but does not open her eyes. And she's like, I'm sorry, I yelled at you. It's like, bitch, you're in the fucking post-apocalyptic and trying to protect your children. It's okay. Like, it's okay. It's a child. He doesn't know better because it's never gone through this shit and should never go through this shit. But, it's okay. And they go into the fucking school full of blind people. It's in the middle of fucking nowhere. The irony on that one does not strike me at all. A school full of blind people in the middle of fucking nowhere that no one can find with their fucking eyes. What the fuck is that?
How did all those blind people get there?
And they somehow know that she's a good person. They give her clothes and the children, and she lives. And I'm like, what? But why doesn't it affect the blind people as well? Because technically they're still looking at it. They just don't. But
yeah.
So trying to tell me that the blind people are the only people who are gonna survive this world? So for the rest of humanity, you literally have to be a 1%er, or you have to blind your child in birth.
Mm-hmm.
What
or
the fuck is this?
Because even that's not established properly.
Yeah, that's
because the movie tries to make concepts work and then falls flat on every single one of them.
It's one of those movies I would only suggest people to watch because of the acting.
Yeah.
It's basically just the acting. There were a lot of memes with the Sandra Bullock, but they were from a good place because she did an actually good performance and people genuinely enjoyed the only thing about that movie. Because it was hyped as fuck. Because it's a Netflix original. And of course, Netflix has to pander their fucking movies at this point and just market them to the... that whole... I want to think I was sponsored for this video, Raid Shadow Legends meme. Raid Shadow Legends is basically the game equivalent.
Shadow Legends.
Yeah, that's basically the equivalent to fucking Netflix marketing.
Something like that.
Yeah. So for next week,
I'm
gonna give you a movie that you should have watched fucking ages ago, but since you're a stupid motherfucker and you never fucking listen to what I say ever.
Who?
You're gonna watch Atomic Blonde.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get around to watching that.
Yeah, no shit. You should have watched it when I was explaining how to create a good fighting scene.
I shall watch Atomic Blonde, and I shall touch it with my hands.
And just to see what it means to really create a good fighting scene. That's grounded in... Because back when we did fucking Raid...
Yeah.
Not Shadow Legends, it's just the Raid.
Shadow Legends.
And I was explaining this shit.
I will have a look at Atomic Blonde. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix as well, so I can easily get to it without jumping too many loops or hoops or doots. Let's see here.
And that's about it, because the rest of it, yikes.
Okay, I don't think I'll find it. Let's watch it. It's not a problem. Right then.
I would also fucking have to look into stuff.
Look into stuff?
For the month.
Ah.
I mean, I've got several. Because I know that you're gonna make me watch Annihilation.
I won't. Why would I make you watch Annihilation?
Because it's a female-led movie with only an entirely female cast.
Yeah. But I like...
And it's actually not a bad movie.
It's one of those films that you should watch a couple of times, but we might get around to Annihilation. I've got something else in mind anyway, so...
See, Annihilation was actually pretty good. Funny thing is, Suspiria actually fits the fucking bill for once.
Suspiria, yes, and Suspiria is also fucking great.
But we watched it already.
We also already watched it. Yes. Now I've got a few films in mind that are actually female led, so don't worry about it. We can figure something out. Right then. Has this been episode 57
Yeah.
of the Voices from Behind podcast?
And for next time, we already passed Bulgaria's Independence Day.
Yeah, so we'll celebrate. Talk about it when we get to it. Oh, I keep burping.
Oh, well, what's that supposed to be talked about?
Nothing.
It just happened.
It's just
Exactly.
happened,
Yeah, we're just gonna go, hey, happened with the Independence Day, fucking 5 days later. Congratulations, International Women's Day, also Mother's Day. For those people who don't know, we don't celebrate Mother's Day, our Mother's Day.
We celebrate Women's Day.
Yeah, as Mother's Day.
Right then. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in to the stream. This is obviously going to go up on YouTube and other places. And it's on YouTube, on Spotify, and all the other spots that you might find it. Thank you, sir, for joining me this evening. I should be back on schedule from next week, as we are this week. And we'll see you all next week on the Voices from Behind podcast. I will play some music. Oh, where's the thing? There it is. Music.